Welcome, Evertonians. How was the game? Did you enjoy yourself? That's okay. I understand. Now just close your eyes and remember 1995. Do you see it? The shiny cup? Oh yeah. Now that's the sauce. But now you must wake and be calm. TheMrArcher is here to make everything better. Maybe.
Okay, here we are. Had a couple of hours to mull over the result today, Saturday, March 9th, 3 p.m. kickoff at St. James's Park. Everton versus Newcastle. Everton 2 goals up at halftime. End up losing the game 3-2. I'm sure by now we've all seen our match of the day. We've all seen our Sky Sports, our Reddit, our Twitter, our YouTube, our Facebook, our WhatsApp, our Instagram. We've seen everything that's been said. So where does the blame lie? Let's take a look at the game and find out. So, like I said, my match review right after the game, we were kind of riding high when we came into this. Great result versus Cardiff 2 weeks ago after we had a long break due to our inactivity in both cup competitions. So went into Cardiff. Not everyone was ecstatic about Morgan Schneiderlin coming into the side and Andre Gomez being dropped. People weren't exactly psyched about Theo Walcott starting instead of Ademola Lookman or maybe Bernard or Richarlison out on that side. But we gave it the benefit of the doubt. We got the result. 3 goals away from home. Clean sheet. Moving on to Liverpool. The World Club Cup final of Liverpool, or whatever it was supposed to be called. And we put in a performance. Goodison was rocking. Sirens blaring, Z cards turned up a couple of decibels. A decent game of football to watch. I would say Liverpool, not the greatest performance by them, but I thought that our defense, our formation, our setup, our tactics, that they were spot on to get a point and to cost the Copites 2 points and put them in the position they're in now, where as of right now on Saturday they're 4 points behind Manchester City, but they've got a game in hand. And so, nothing too much to complain about, right? For the 17 days we were off and the previous parts of the season over Christmas time and all this, we were talking about the fight, the desire, the things that really matter when it comes to playing a game or any type of high caliber profession. Doesn't matter what you're doing. You're playing darts, you're running a business, you're a baker, all that stuff, you're a dog breeder, any of that stuff. It's more than just skill and more than just knowledge. You need fight, desire, all the the things that we say, all the things that when you get some person that's recently retired or somebody breaks a record or the all-time winningest whatever comes on, they talk about heart, desire, consistency, And we didn't really have any of that to we could nitpick a couple of things in the Cardiff game. We could have nitpicked a couple of things in the Liverpool game. But overall, out of those 2 experiences, we came out with 4 points. We didn't embarrass ourselves. We looked like we were on the up, that Marco had taken the time off to really assess the squad, to really take a look at tactics, maybe come up with some type of plan B. And so we roll into today against Newcastle, and it's looking back, it's kind of a bad omen. I don't know if Josh from the Toffee TV forums and all that is watching, but my friend, you nailed this one. I log on to the Discord this morning and I'm just looking around and I see, hey guys, not so many words or maybe less words, whatever. This is how it goes. Maybe I could find a picture and capture it. I'm already recording this. But he said, the last 2 weeks we questioned the lineup, we questioned the tactics, we questioned the bench, we questioned the whole squad, and yet we managed to get results. It's not a good omen that everyone sees the lineup today and we see Richarlison playing on the right, we see Bernie on the left, we see DLC up top, we see that John Joe's coming for Seamus, that was unavoidable. We see that sexy man Gomez is back in the midfield. Schneiderlin's been dropped fairly, unfairly. Did he do enough to maintain his place? Questions are asked, but everyone that I saw, and obviously as an Evertonian, because I have the internet, and I have a computer with the internet, and a phone with the internet, I can, do a lot, and, all the apps that give you all the information, so you get a flow of information right away about all this. So, you're on the Everton Reddit, you're on all the fan websites, you're listening to the pundits, listen to the commentators on all the different channels, and they say, strong Everton side. Attacking Everton's side, Newcastle could be in for a rough day. It's going to be tough. Rafa's going to set it out, but what do Newcastle have going forward? They have Solomon Rondon. Thank you. And so everyone's happy. Game starts. We're on top. We've got most of the possession. We're playing the better football. We, a couple of, chances here and there. Bernard and Luka on the left side, just, tearing their midfield and defenders to shreds. You got Richarlison on the right side. Not too involved, to be honest, but he's the type of player that you could tell they had at least one and a half men on him. They had, their left back was eyeing him, but then there was a lot of other people, almost getting double teamed, which if you look at some of it and where their right back was whenever they were double teaming on Richarlison, you could see that Luka and Bernard were primed to have a good day. Old school Baines and Pinar type treatment down that side, and it ended up working. Beautiful reverse pass from Bernard, completely takes every defender out the play. Luka, as he always does, fabulous cross into the box. Finally, well, not finally, because he does it a lot, but, with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you always kind of a little bit of hit or miss when he's got a chance on target, like the one, for example, versus Liverpool. But today, not too much power, not in front of it, not putting it wide, not taking his eyes off the ball, just a little dink. Dubravka dives, can't get close. We're 1-0 up. We're saying, hey, look at this. This could be a day today, boys. This could be a day. Because you saw nothing wrong before the first goal. And then, obviously, we get into Jordan, let's get my rave on. I'm a cocky bastard. I'm here to banter all the Sunderland, all the Newcastle people because I played for Sunderland. I'm laughing, I'm giggling, I'm having a good old time. I'm England's number one. Fucking, yeah. I'm Jordan Pickford, yeah. And then he decides that he's going to not just to go up and catch the ball. That's too pedestrian. That's what peasants do. That's every other goalkeeper in the world does that. That's what Buffon would do. That's something that Peter Schmeichel or David Seaman would do back in the day. That's something that Van der Sar would do. That's something that all these keepers would do. That's something Lloris would do. That's something that De Gea would do. He'd just come up and catch the ball and put his knee up and protect himself. I'm going to do something. I'm a raver. I'm going to do something rad, man. I'm going to completely fuck it up. And then when I fuck it up, calm. Sorry, but Jordan's the target of ire today, baby. That's where he is. And so he messes it up, and then, oh, bless his heart, bless his little heart, he decides to rugby tackle Solomon Rondon. Okay, so he does that, and, all of us, oh, Jordan, what are you doing? Why? And how are you England's number one? Why? Why can't Tom Heaton get in the team? Oh, he's been injured. Why can't, oh, he's been injured. Oh, he's not got, oh, so yeah, we're stuck with Pickford. Anyway, Gareth Southgate will sort that out, you'll see, or he better. And so he rugby tackles him, and then you're like, oh, you wouldn't be surprised if that was a red card, right? You wouldn't be surprised if he was given a red card for that. And in slow motion. in slow motion, it looks really, really comical because you get all the facial expressions, you get all the impact shots. I mean, it's great. But, I like big butts. I do. And, so, penalty, but no yellow card. And I was like, oh, if this yellow card hasn't come out right away, he's doing a little bit in the ear. He's taking his time. He's mulling over his options. Maybe having a little discussion with the linesman or with the fourth, or, something's going on. And all of a sudden, he just points to the spot and then stands back and goes and, shimmies and orchestrates around the box, making sure that Sexy Man Gomez is outside the box and that no one's violating or no one's, I was like, oh, okay. So we got away with one there, and I was like, the only thing that make this better is if you escape a yellow card or you escape a red card, maybe you'll save the penalty too. I mean, why not? We may have luck on our side today. And then Jordan Pickford saves it. I mean, it wasn't a good penalty kick. Be honest. That was not a good penalty kick. It wasn't Rashford in the Champions League. It was like a bummer blood cut yang, right? Bummer blood cut yang. However they say it on Navy TV. What's up, troops? What's up, baby? And penalty gets saved, and then we go down the other end 2 minutes later and score another goal, and it's 2-0. So I'm like, there's some spicy luck. This is Vindaloo luck today, baby. And we look comfortable. 2-0 up with 35 minutes into the game, and then for the next 10 minutes, we just play it around. We just do a little Barcelona here. We'll go, just back when Barcelona was basically on a team doing that. But, from center back to the right, to the center back to the center back to the left. Give the boys a little tickle. Give Ghana and Gomez a little tickle, and then you send it to the back, and then you kind of pump it up top, but then it gets clear, and then you take possession again, and then you just recycle, and we go into halftime, and there we go. Question is to you may have an idea in the comments. Anybody that may possibly, in the smallest chance, actually watch this at work at Everton, or has worked at Everton, or maybe even Marco Silva. Can somebody tell me, in not so many words, but how do the halftime team talks go? I know we saw after the game that he apparently said, we're not out the woods yet, guys. We've got to do that. But did he compliment them before he said that? Did he say, hey, you know what? This is what we want. You see this badge, guys? The badge. You're representing that today. You're putting in work that makes every other Evertonian that's ever played for this club be proud. That was an Everton FC performance, guys. Now let's just go back out there and let's do the same thing. We know that, but I don't know what it is. Armchair manager here, the Mr. Archer, armchair managing to win the Premier League, like I know everything, like every person that does these type of videos does. Everybody does. But, so, go get a cup of tea, go relieve myself, get my nicotine in, and get ready for the second half. They're going to come out and do that again. This is going to be a performance that doesn't make us look like a complete joke. All the confidence in the world. And then I sat back down, and we kicked off. And immediately after 1 or 2 minutes, you just sit there and go, oh, something ain't right. Something's not right. Either Rafa got inside them, and sideways and in on them at halftime, or maybe Rafa just went in there and said, come on, guys, this is Everton. Do you know what Everton do with a lead? Do you know what Everton do when everything's looking rosy and coming up trumps? Do you know what these guys are going to do? And then he's going to do a Jurgen Klopp, and he's going to pull his bottle out of his pocket, and he's going to go, they're going to bottle it. They're going to bottle it, guys. And so we commenced to bottling. Every Everton player, instead of playing football today, they went to the Coca-Cola plant and decided they were going to work on the line and become professional bottlers, even though machines do that. I know there isn't a person doing this that stands on the line, I don't think, not in the Western world, not in the first world, maybe somewhere that's, but there's nobody, it doesn't come down the line and then you go, oh, I'm a bottler, and it goes away and it comes back and, oh, bottler, oh, okay, you get it. you know, but that's what maybe they were daydreaming like. It's like, oh, I don't want to be in front of 50,000 people playing in the Premier League, the best league in the world, with some of the best players and best coaches and best managers and best owners and best talent scouts to ever worked in the game. No, I'm going to dream about being a bottler. What would it be like for a regular guy working a minimum wage job, standing around putting bottles on? But yeah, now you know what it's like. It sucks. It's horrible, and that's what you look like, a bunch of absolute bottlers. And I hate using that word, but it's so, cause it encompasses it all, right? Now, there's certain words that encompass everything. It's like the F word. Like, it could be good, it can be bad. Like, there's so many uses for the F word. But when it comes to professional sports, when it comes to saying how terribly somebody missed opportunities, how inconsistent, all that stuff, it can all be summed up in bottling it. And that's what we did. Every single person capitulated out. I mean, for the first half, I thought that Luca Digne, I thought Bernard, I thought Gomez, I thought... That's it. I thought those guys had outstanding performances in the first half. And in retrospect, they did not deserve to be on the end of that. But then again, they did, because they put this shirt on. And they listened to the instructions. And they know how to play. And so we just commenced to not defending, to not communicating. And then we went, and then we went a goal behind. And then we just broke. I mean, I'm talking Stone Cold Steve Austin entrance music fucking shattered. Okay, and this is calm. This is still calm. I can say the F word and still be calm. But then it just went downhill from there. They score. They're two offensive players, Rondon and Jose Perez, against five of our defenders. John Joe looking clueless. Zuma looking clueless. Everyone just what I'm doing. Go 1-0 down. And then what happens? Marco decides, for good or for ill, that he's going to, make a managerial decision, a risky decision, Nothing's won without an element of risk, Sometimes you got to roll the dice. All that stuff. It looked like the way that game was going. It looked like that's how it was going to play out. So Marco decides to bring on Yerry Mina to switch the whole formation around, to take Richarlison off after he was pretty much responsible in the first half for at least being double teamed or 1.5 teamed, Had a big orgy over there involving Richarlison. Big meaty sandwiches with Richarlison in the middle of it. Gave our left-hand side and our midfielders some more breathing room when it all shifted over. We could see it. That's what was going on. And Silva decides, no, you know what? We can put Mina on and just move John Joe Kenny up to an attacking-ish role on the right-hand side. But what does that say to the players, though, when you take off a player like Richarlison and bring on a defender like Yerry Mina? I mean, I've said in a different review that I can understand if Jose Mourinho would do that. I could understand if Rafa Benitez would have done that. In the situation, I'm saying 2-1 up, trying to get 3 points, trying to take some momentum into the next game. That's what those managers, that's probably what Allardyce would do. Actually, probably is. Pardew, Pulis, you can lay them. These aren't bad managers. I'm not criticizing them, but that's just something that they would do. They would be pragmatic and they would try and take home the 3 points by hook or crook, right? Everton FC. I don't think should do that. I don't think that Manchester City, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Porto, Inter Milan, Napoli. You can name the top 6 clubs from basically every league. And would they do that? Would they say, well, let's just hold on to a 2-1 win instead of going and trying to get a 3-1 win or a 4-1 win or a 4-2 win? Just bang it out for 10 more minutes. Just put them under this pressure. They've scored. Let's calm it down. Let's get the crowd out of it. Let's, do something. Maybe the dark side of the game has to come into it, but let's do something other than try and defend for 30 minutes when they're clearly on a roll. They're clearly super hard. They're seriously ready to just explode. And what do? That's what we do. We give them the double. Instead of just trying to calm them down, we just give them extra ammunition. And that's how we end up at 3-2. plenty of blame to go around. You can put it on the players for the second half. You can put it on Marco Silva for his tactical incompetence for this. Lineup, fabulous. Subs on the bench, decent substitutes. But Jordan Pickford, but John Joe Kenny, but Marco Silva's decision making, and I don't want to hear anything about the referees or the linesmen or the officiating. Yes, maybe VAR would have sorted some of that out, but at the end of the day, the mentality of our players, the desire of our players in that second half, the way that we just were a complete and utter shadow of what we were before, we deserve to lose that game to Newcastle. Yes, we did. End of. Getting a little worked up, so it's no longer calm, and so it's no longer the Mr. Archer stream. Or video. End result, Newcastle 3, Everton 2. Stay tuned for Archie the Wolf, who won't be calm. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like.